To center, Straw going back. Who needs to bunt? Gordon's just hit his second home run.
Baseball is completely ridiculous. This was absurd. After the extra inning game, a game that ended 11-10, the Twins and the Guardians played a 1-0 game today. With these two pitching staffs absolutely depleted, everything that happened in the first two games in the series, that was the only run that was scored in this game, was on a Nick Gordon home run of all things, oh, by the way. We're going to look a ton at the Twins pitching, and Devin Smeltzer pitched great. This was the biggest jam he pitched out of, I thought. A leadoff man got on, and then he had to face Jose Ramirez, fell way behind him, but battled back to get him out, and then eventually gets out of this inning facing the meat of Cleveland's lineup. Here, bullying guys with a 90-mile-per-hour fastball. Devin Smeltzer is here. 6 innings pitched, 3 hits, no runs, no walks, 3 strikeouts. I kind of mentioned how Cleveland is a team that makes you earn it. Devin Smeltzer is a pitcher that makes you earn it. He's a strike thrower. You got to beat him. And, he's not the greatest pitcher out there, but he battles. He is competitive as hell. And he could get out there and get major leaguers out. He leaves after 6 innings. Joe Smith comes in. You see Caleb Thielbar already warming after Joe Smith walks the first guy on 4 pitches. Not what you want to see. Next guy hits a double. And it's looking sketchy, and, it's just that feeling of, oh, geez, Twins bullpen again. Here we go. The next guy, Joe Smith, hits. But, just like I was saying with Devin Smeltzer, Joe Smith, not the nastiest stuff, not the best pitcher. He is the most experienced relief pitcher in the big leagues right now. Also competitive as hell. And he gets out of this thing, and if there's anything Smith can do right now, especially it's induced ground balls, and you got 2 of them in this huge situation. Jose Miranda gets that out. They can only get 1. Gio Urshela kind of bobbled that ball, but they get the out at home. Good awareness on him to go to home plate to prevent that run from scoring. Franmil Reyes here, kind of leads up. I said Cleveland makes you beat them, but maybe kind of a lapse there. And Joe Smith pitches his way out of a bases-loaded, no-out situation in the 7th inning. Absolutely massive. And the Twins turn the game over to Yohan Duran. He gets into trouble again with Jose Ramirez at the plate. Man on second with 1 out. Again, Jose Ramirez, I said it coming into the series, might be the best player in baseball, to be honest. But Duran, again, falls behind, much like Smeltzer did, but he pitches his way back. First base was open. I was thinking just walk the guy. But Duran with a perfect pitch there. And then this one maybe gets away with one a bit here, but Ramirez fouls it off. And then he finishes him off with 100 elevated, strikes him out, and Duran pitches through that. Duran faced 5 men and struck out 3 of them in this game. I mean, he's just been remarkable. Can't say enough good things. He went back out there for the 9th inning and struck out Franmil Reyes, but that was it out of him. And it was another one of those, oh boy, here we go. Because Duran out, Thielbar in. We'll have Rocco talk about that decision here in a moment.
We realistically can't let his pitch count get up into the 30s for the second time in 3 days. We're going to need this guy all year long.
I think there was a secondary thing to mention we'll talk about in a sec, but instantly Caleb Thielbar gives up a double. And again, it's very hard to have any faith in this bullpen, but he bounces one over to Miranda here, who gets the scoop for the second out. Thank goodness, that had disaster vibes all over it as well. After these first 2 games of this series, it's hard to shake that feeling. And Steven Kwan comes up, a great contact hitter, incredibly difficult to strike out in particular. But Thielbar gets him. And here's Rocco talking about, kind of the decision to put Thielbar in.
Where Caleb was lined up to pitch, and he was lined up to pitch there all day. The previous time through the order, he was up and hot and ready to go if we needed him. So he got hot numerous times today.
You don't see a lot of guys warm up and then not get into a game. I'm going to drop some technical baseball language. That's called a dry hump. And managers don't really like to do that. Relievers hate that. So I think that was a factor in that as well. Thank goodness it all worked out. Kind of an odd switch there in the 9th. But moving on to the minor leagues with the Saints, Jordan Balazovic started for the Saints. There was kind of some talk of him pitching out of the bullpen for a term, and it ended up being just a very short amount of time. So he went 3 innings, gave up 2 hits, no runs, no walks, 3 strikeouts through 39 pitches. There's one of those 3 strikeouts. See here, Spencer Steer making a really good play as well at third base to end this inning. Showing off his good arm in particular, good stop, but he gets him on that throw as well. And how often does it happen where a guy ends the inning with a nice defensive play and then he starts the next inning with a double? We'll see more out of Steer in just a moment because he had another big game for the Saints. He's just been amazing. But here's a 95-mile-per-hour fastball from Jordan Balazovic. Great to see him have a good start. Hopefully he can build some momentum and potentially even contribute to the Twins. But again, Steer hitting a 3-run home run here, his 10th home run in just 25 games with the Saints. 18 home runs total on the year between AAA and AA. Spencer Steer just on an incredible roll this year so far. Thank you so much for checking this out. That's all I've got today. A little lighter on the minor league side. We'll crack at it again tomorrow, so make sure to check this out tomorrow. Thank you.